launched at Sephora this month, and I had been curious about trying some of their products for a while now, but I'm not big on ordering from brand websites just because, one, you can't see the colors and the formulas in person, two, you usually have to meet a shipping minimum or pay for shipping, and three, it typically takes a little bit longer to get to you than if you were to order through like Ulta or Sephora. So for those reasons, I just hadn't been interested enough in this brand to like go out of my way to try them. But now that they're at Sephora, there were a couple of products that I wanted to pick up and try. So today I thought it would be fun to show you what I got, show you swatches, do some mini reviews, and kind of just give my overall thoughts. So this is a culmination of 3 Sephora orders/trips. So spoiler alert, I do really like this brand. I wasn't expecting to. I honestly thought that it would just be okay, but that it would be like very overhyped. I thought I would like the products I got, use them, but not really repurchase or not want to try other products from the brand. I started with 3 items, a blush, a lip liner, and then one of the lip tints. Tried them, loved them, made another order, loved what I got there, and so then also went in and grabbed some skincare items to test out. I did put everything back in its packaging for aesthetic purposes. So one of my favorite makeup hacks this year has been to use ChatGPT to figure out what shades I should be buying in different products. So I uploaded a photo of myself and I said, I'm interested in trying some of these Rhode products based on my coloring, my skin tone, my hair color, all of that. What are the shades that you would recommend for these products? I told it the blush, the lip tint, and the lip liner. Those were the 3 I wanted to kind of start with. If you haven't tried that yet, try it. It's really helpful. If you tell it to take into account color analysis, which I talk about all the time, it will do that as well and tell you what shades would suit you best. It will also tell you what shades that it thinks you should avoid and why they might not look the best on you, and then you can take that with a grain of salt. So one of the shades it told me to absolutely not even consider, I bought and I really liked. So obviously do whatever you want, but that's a really helpful start if you just don't know what shades might look best on your skin tone, with your hair color, your eye color, all of that. Some of the shades that I was thinking about, ChatGPT did successfully talk me out of. Sometimes you need someone to just be like, no. And AI is my go-to for that. So with my first order, I went based off of ChatGPT recommendations and I got 3 items. I got the Pocket Blush in the shade Piggy, the Peptide Lip Shape in the shade Lift, and then the lip tint in the shade Ribbon. Because of my summer color season, I thought that Sleepy Girl would be the recommended color for me, but it was actually Piggy, and it said something about how Sleepy Girl would just kind of look very muted on my face, whereas this one would kind of make my skin look brighter and make it pop a little bit without being overly bright. So I went with this recommendation. The lip liner Lift is a very cool tone shade, which it's hard to find good cool tone lip liners that don't look like gray or chalky. I did try this one already. I really like the color. It's perfect if you are neutral to cool toned. And this lip tint Ribbon gives enough color to show up and not just look like you're wearing a clear gloss, but it's very muted. It's good for an everyday color. Okay, so that was my first order. I tried these products, really liked them, and then made another order. In my second order, I got 3 additional products. Technically, I guess 4. One was a little sample freebie. So I got another blush in the shade Toasted Teddy. This one probably is theoretically not the best shade for my skin tone, but I kept seeing it online and it looked like the perfect color for fall. So I thought, let's just try it and see. I do really like it. I also got the lip tint in the shade Jelly Bean. The lip liner in the shade Balance. This is more of a brown. The Lift shade that I got in my first order was a pink. Also got a pretty good size sample of the Glazing Milk. I used this under my makeup today and I really like it so far. I didn't buy a full size of it because I do have some other milky toners that I like that I'm trying to use up before I do, but this one I so far like better than the ones that I have. I have the Pharmacy Honey Milk and then I have the Thayer's Milky Toner. And this one just has a really nice, almost like gel serum consistency. It doesn't feel tacky on my skin before I put makeup on. Okay, so tried all those products, really liked them as well. So then I went in store and I got some skincare items. I am super picky about skincare. When I was growing up, I had really bad cystic acne. It was like my biggest insecurity. I could not put anything on my skin without breaking out terribly with like really deep-seated bumps that just hurt and were impossible to cover up. So I have been very skincare averse ever since. I'm very careful about what I try. I don't like trying new products. Anytime an order comes with skincare samples, I just give them away because I know that they'll make me break out. So I'm still kind of hesitant about these products, but because I liked the other one so much, I thought let's just give it a try. So the first one I got is the Pineapple Refresh Cleanser. I also got the Barrier Butter, the Glazing Mist, and then this isn't really skincare, but I got one of the lip treatments in the scent Salted Caramel. Okay, so let's start with the pocket blushes. These were $25 each, and again, I got the shades Piggy and Toasted Teddy. Piggy is described as a baby pink shade, and Toasted Teddy is described as a bronze terracotta shade. The blush is a lot smaller than I was expecting, and the packaging is a lot bulkier. So it's a tiny product, but for how much actual product is in here, the packaging is very big. So I don't know if that's just like a marketing tactic to make you think you're getting more than you are, but I feel like it's very bulky. You get 0.18 ounces of product in each of these. Let me go ahead and swatch these. Piggy is definitely a light baby pink, but it's not quite as light as I thought it would be. It's a little bit deeper. Since we're coming out of summer and I do live in Florida, this is about as dark as my skin gets, but it is deeper than it normally is. So I thought that this might be a little bit too light on me, but it's not, it's perfect. And then Toasted Teddy is definitely that bronzy kind of shade. So here are swatches of these two. This one is Piggy and this one is Toasted Teddy. I use Piggy on the apples of my cheeks, and then I use Toasted Teddy as like a bronzer, that bronzer trend. So I put it kind of like where I would put contour, a little bit up here along my hairline, and then a little bit on my eyelid as well. So I have both of those shades on today. These have such a buttery, smooth formula. They're so easy to blend. They set down almost like a powder. I have to set most of my products with a powder, but these I don't feel like I would need to. I did today, but I don't feel like I would need to if I was just getting ready really quickly. They don't feel tacky or sticky, which I was worried about because I don't like that feeling of like touching your face and feeling any of the product come off or transfer. These don't do that. And these give a really pretty satiny kind of glowy look to the skin. They're not matte. I wouldn't say they're like extremely dewy either, but they're just kind of that perfect in between. So how I like to apply these, again, I put this shade Piggy just kind of on the apples of my cheeks. And then I put Toasted Teddy in the contour areas. So once I have the stripes on my face, I will take the glazing mist and spray my face down, get it super drenched, and then blend the products out with a brush. From what I've read, this is not actually intended to be used as a setting spray. It's more to be used once you have the products applied, but before you blend them. So apply the products, spray this on, and then blend, and it just gives a really pretty seamless blend. You can also use it after you're all finished with your makeup as a setting spray, but I guess the intention was to use it before you blend the products out. So I've been trying it that way and I really, really like it. It does make the blend just extremely seamless. Next, I'll go over the two lip liners in the shades Lift and Balance. So Lift, again, is that cool tone pink shade. It's perfect for every day. It's got a chunkier tip on here, so it's one of those like blurring-esque lip liners. I love that because, I don't know, for the longest time, I felt like I have the weirdest shaped lips to where regular lip liner, I just really have to work at it to not make it look like there's just this harsh line on my lips, and then it emphasizes like weird shapes. I don't know. But anyways, I love this because it's effortless. You just literally like smear it on and it looks good. You don't really have to put a lot of effort into it. I'll go ahead and swatch this one. And then the other shade is the shade Balance. I wanted one kind of more pinky shade and one more brown shade. This one is a very neutral brown. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. Okay, so here is Lift and here is Balance. So today I have the shade Lift on. The other side of these pencils has this little, is it silicone? I think. It's like a little smudger here. I've seen some people try to blend the lip liner out with these, but I also read that this is actually for cleaning up around your lip line, not necessarily blending the product out. Because these are a thicker pencil, they can kind of like get over your lip line. So this technically I think, is to go around the outside of your lip line to kind of clean it up. These are $24 each and you get 0.26 ounces of product. I love the formula of these. They do not pull or drag on your lips. They're super easy to blend. They also don't dry down super fast, so you don't have to work extremely quickly to blend them in. Overall, I really like these lip liners. Just know that you would have to reapply them pretty frequently, so maybe not a go-to if you need your makeup to last all day, but if you're okay with reapplying them and just want something quick and easy, they're great. I'm filming this portion of the video again a couple of hours later because I went to edit and I realized I didn't have any mention of the lip tints in here, so I either deleted the footage or forgot to hit record, so fun times. So we'll do this again, but this is a good opportunity because it has been a couple of hours and I'm still wearing the Lift liner with the ribbon lip tint over it, and I'll get close so you can kind of see, but the products are still on pretty well. These were, I believe, $20 each, and you get 0.3 fluid ounces of product. Is that the same for the treatment as well? I'm guessing. Yeah, so same amount of treatment in the tint versus the treatment. Okay, so again, I got 3 of these lip peptides. I got 2 tints and 1 treatment. I got the shade Ribbon, which is just a very muted kind of everyday shade. The shade Jelly Bean, which is essentially a clear. It's got a little bit of a pink tint, but just shimmery. And then the treatment in the scent Salted Caramel, which is just clear. I've mentioned in some of my other videos that I am not a gloss girl. I don't like the feeling of anything thick or sticky on my lips, and I like the formula of all of these. The consistency of the lip treatment is thicker than the consistency of the lip tints, which makes sense, but it's not so thick that it bothers me. It's not sticky. It doesn't feel like goopy or like I just want to get it off my lips. It's comfortable. So I will go ahead and show you these shades. Ribbon is such a nice shade for just an everyday look that is kind of like a My Lips but better color without being too deep. It would pair with any lip liner that you have. So here are swatches of these. This one on top is Ribbon. This is unscented. The middle one is Jelly Bean. It smells just like a jelly bean. I love that. And then this is Salted Caramel. It's just clear, but it has a really nice salted caramel scent. These to me feel like the tube version of Aquaphor mixed with a serum. They don't feel oily. They don't feel, again, thick or sticky. So that's kind of the best way I can describe them is picture a thing of Aquaphor and then add like a gel serum to it. And that's what I think these feel like. When I was looking at shades, for Ribbon, I went with ChatGPT's recommendation again, but I was in between this one or Salty Tan. This one's a little bit lighter than Salty Tan, so it's a little bit more of like an everyday shade that just pairs well with everything. So I wanted to add this to my collection. And then for Jelly Bean, this is my favorite kind of shade, just like a sheer pinky light shade with shimmer in it. I was curious about how similar this would be to Jisoo's lip oil in the shade Watermelon Sugar. So I'm gonna go grab that one to compare it so you can see what they look like side by side. I somehow have the footage still for the rest of the video, so from here on out, everything that you'll see was filmed earlier today. This is the only portion that I had to redo. So if anything looks different right now, that's why. Everything will be back to normal next. Okay, so here's the Jisoo lip oil. This one has a very like artificial watermelon scent. The Jisoo is just a clear oil with some shimmer. It looks pink in here, but really on your lips, it doesn't look like it has any color whatsoever. So this one is the Jisoo, and then this one is the Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean looks like it almost has a very mild white base to it, so it gives a little bit more of a pink color than the Jisoo one, and I like the shimmer in the Rhode one more than the shimmer in the Jisoo. So I would pick the Rhode one out of the two. I like both of them, but again, they're so similar, so I don't think you need both. Okay, and last are the 2 skincare products that I tried. I tried the Pineapple Refresh and then the Barrier Butter. And just to give kind of a background of my skin, I used to have really oily, again, acne-prone skin. But since I've gotten a little bit older and then moving to a different climate now, my skin is a lot more dry, normal to dry, I would say, than it was in the past. So I don't have super dry skin, but I'm also not an oil slick at the end of the day like I was used to being. The Pineapple Refresh Cleanser I really like. It seems pretty gentle, but it does get your makeup off really well. So I use a makeup eraser every night before I cleanse my skin, but this will get off any trace of remaining makeup that might still be on your face. I was curious based on the name if it would be pineapple scented. It's not, thankfully, so it won't irritate your skin with fragrance. I will continue to use this. I really like it. The barrier butter I have only used twice. It's super thick. Like, it is thick. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a little bit more of like a cream consistency, which a lot of people really like. I have gotten a couple of little breakouts on my chin. This reminds me of mixing a moisturizer with like Aquaphor and lathering it on your skin. I know people love the formula and the consistency of this. It is really glowy on your skin and it does make your skin feel very hydrated, but I'm wondering if this is what has caused a couple of my breakouts. So again, I've only used it a couple of times, but I have two little small breakouts here on my chin. I haven't had a breakout in a while because I keep my skincare so simple. So I think it's either this or the glazing milk that is causing it. So for right now, I am stopping the use of this product. I'm just going to use the glazing milk so I can kind of narrow down which product is breaking me out and then stop using it. I don't want to use them together because then I won't know which one is doing it. But just a heads up, I know some people have had breakouts after using these products and something is causing my little breakouts here. So I'll keep you posted on which product it ends up being. So overall, my favorite products by far are the blushes. I would 100% recommend the blushes. I might look into getting some different colors of those and kind of like keeping up on whatever new colors they might come out with. Second favorite product is the lip tint, the colored ones. I really like those. I do like the lip treatment as well. It smells really good, but I usually just go for Aquaphor if I need a lip treatment. And that one is obviously a lot less expensive. So that one, I think it's just kind of up to personal preference. The lip liners are good for the purpose of just being like an easy, everyday, throw it on and go kind of liner. It's not gonna be long lasting. Don't wear that if you're getting ready for like a wedding or a big event or something. That's not going to last you very long. But again, because of my like weird lip shape or whatever weird problems with lip liner, that formula is a huge hit for me. I love the glazing mist. I love the glazing milk, if that's not what's breaking me out. And then the skincare I'll have to continue to use for a little bit to see how I'm feeling about it. But overall, I like this brand a lot more than I thought. I don't think it's just gimmicky. I do think the products are really good. Let me know if you have any products from the brand that you love or what your favorites are, and I will check them out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful if you have been thinking about trying some of these products out. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments and have a great day.